Good evening. Welcome to our Naples Brass concert here at North Naples Church. My name is Steve DeLatorante. I'm the Director of Music and Worship Arts here at North Naples Church, and I'd like to say a big Merry Christmas to you. We have a wonderful concert planned tonight for you. We hope you enjoy it. We also have two really big events coming up, one on December 15th and one on December 22nd, that are unique to this church. They're during our church services at 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. on December 15th. We have what we call the Naples Vocal 200. It's a 200-member choir accompanied by a professional orchestra that sings all of the wonderful music from Disney's Candlelight Processional. On December 22nd, we have an 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock traditional service with the Naples Instrumental 200, which actually isn't really truthful because it's actually more like the Naples 300. We had 270 instrumentalists there last year. You're going to see two videos coming up that talk about those different groups and how to get involved in those groups. If you don't sing or play an instrument, I encourage you to come to those church services and just enjoy the wonderful music that we have here at North Naples Church. Check your program for more information. Sit back now and relax and enjoy this wonderful concert.
Hi, my name is Todd Peterson, and we are excited to announce that once again we will be hosting the Naples Vocal 200 here at North Naples Church. Last year was our inaugural ensemble, and we had over 200 singers join with a fabulous orchestra who accompanied us with the beautiful arrangements of Derek Johnson's Candlelight Processional. The date of the event is December 15th. We will be performing during the 8:15 and 11 a.m. services. Our rehearsals will be Tuesday, December 10th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and then Saturday, December 14th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. This event is open to singers of all ages. We will email you all the scores and the vocal tracks. This event is free. Please go to our website, nnchurch.org, to register, or scan this QR code and sign up today. We hope that after seeing these highlights that you will join us. We look forward to seeing you in December.
It's hard to believe it's that time of year. The holidays are coming up. My name is Steve DeLatorante, and I'm the Director of Music and Worship Arts at North Naples Church. Each December, we have a group that we call the Naples 200. That's right, it's over 200 people. We have beginners all the way to professional musicians. It doesn't matter if you haven't played your instrument in 30 years. Get it out of the closet, dust it off, come join us. To sign up for this ensemble, all you have to do is go to our church website, nnchurch.org. You can click this QR code and it'll take you right to the registration page. About 2 weeks before the ensemble, I'll send you your music via email. The Naples 200 is going to play on Sunday, December 22nd for our 8:15 a.m. and 11 a.m. church services. We're going to do just one rehearsal on Saturday, December 21st from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Everything happens right here in our main sanctuary. Don't be shy. If you have friends or family that would like to play, we encourage them to sign up as well. We'll see you in December. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas. My name is Steve DeLatorante. I'm the Director of Music, Arts, and Worship here at North Naples Church, and I've met most of you. If I haven't met you, we're so happy that you are here tonight. We have quite the program planned for you, and we are excited to perform for you tonight. We are the Naples Brass. We've been together for about 7 or 8 years, and this is our favorite time of year. Who doesn't like Christmas, right? Joy to the World was written by George Frederick Handel. I bet you didn't know that. That was a wonderful arrangement by Tim Zimmerman and the King's Brass, and they're a wonderful group that we're going to talk a little bit more about later on. The next piece is entitled Deck the Halls the Morning After. So we all like to deck the halls. It's Christmas time. Who's got their Christmas vacation moose mugs? I got some, okay. How many of you have watched your favorite Christmas movie so far? Great. Okay, we watch Christmas Vacation in my house. We watch Elf. We watch a whole bunch of different fun movies. But this arrangement was done by Paul Murtha. Paul Murtha was the staff arranger for the U.S. Army Band for a long time. And he has about a bazillion arrangements out for every ensemble you can imagine, high school, middle school, professional groups. And he's done a few things for us. If you have been to our Veterans Day concert, he did our Star Spangled Banner. Well, Paul and I talked about this, and he said, I got a great idea. Imagine Naples Brass going out on the town to deck the halls, and they go from house to house to house to house to house. And then the next morning, they're trying to remember, how did they start the evening? Well, guess what? We actually have some live footage. We actually did it. We actually did it a couple weeks ago, and we have some live footage. Joey, let's roll that footage of Naples Brass decking the halls.
Yo, VIP. Alright, stop, collaborate and listen. I sit back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo,
So tonight I've got a surprise for you. The party bus will be outside right after the concert. If you want to join us, we'll have you with us. Here is Paul Murtha's Deck the Halls. Now, could you hear the different parties as we went from party to party to party to party? Like I said, the party bus will be outside after the show if you want to join us. What a fun arrangement, and that's the beauty of this group is there's so many different talents on the stage where they can play a lot of different styles of music, where we can go back and forth from a John Philip Sousa march to jazz to rock and roll, and you'll hear a lot more of that tonight. Back in 1970, there was the words from a tune that you know and love were written as a breakup song, or it was actually a song first about a girl that a man was involved with and was excited to meet, and then all of a sudden that didn't work out so well, and he put that poem away, and he didn't have any use for it. Well, that song is Merry Christmas, Darling. And Frank Pooler wrote that. He wrote the words to it as kind of a love song to a girl across the country. Well, fast forward, Karen and Richard Carpenter were his students in college, and they asked him, they said, do you have anything new? We're tired of doing the same Christmas music over and over again. Well, he gave them the words to this song. Richard Carpenter, in 15 minutes, whipped up the version that you know as Merry Christmas, Darling. Karen Carpenter was a contralto with a 3-octave range, and we've invited the beautiful Andre de Laterante tonight to sing Merry Christmas, Darling.
Greeting cards have all been sent. The Christmas rush is through. But I have just one wish to make. A special one for you. Merry Christmas, darling. We're apart, that's true, but I can dream, and in my dream, I'm Christmasing with joyful. There's always something new, but every day's a holiday when I'm near to you. Oh, the lights on the tree, I wish you could see. It every day. The toasting and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time. Yes, the most wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time of the
It is the most wonderful time of the year, and I bet you didn't realize there was a chance of snow tonight. Well, there is. There might be another chance later on. Well, we're not sure. Well, it depends on what the weatherman has in store for us later on. But that's just one of the iconic Christmas songs that we've all heard for the last 60, 70 years. Of course, my favorite is the one that my wife sings. That's my favorite. My second favorite, which is way distant second, of course, is the Andy Williams version. You all familiar with that? My kids know that backwards and forwards, and they said, at first it was like, who's this old guy singing? And then now it's like, Dad, where's the Andy Williams version? But it's such a fantastic song, and we're happy to play that here for you tonight. I mentioned the King's Brass a couple of songs ago. They're a group of 7 brass players led by a gentleman named Tim Zimmerman. Tim originally was in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and he moved down to Fort Myers. Well, for the last 50 years, he's been traveling the world with this particular brass group, playing fantastic brass music. He and his group is the inspiration for Naples Brass. He is one of the main reasons that we have this group. We had them out here about 8 or 9 years ago. They performed, and they were very, very good. And I watched them, and I said, I can do that. And then we started calling friends, and all of a sudden, within about 2 or 3 months, we had a group together. We started playing, and Tim is a wonderful guy. I talk to him quite often, and we email back and forth, and he's going to be in Florida, I think, in December. So if you see advertisements for the King Brass, we definitely encourage you to go check them out. They're very, very good. This next arrangement was done by Tim Zimmerman for his group, and it's entitled Angels We Have Heard on High. Thank you very much. One of the things I talked about earlier was the variety of music that this ensemble is able to play, which makes things so much fun. We can do a little bit of all the different styles. We have every one of the folks up here is a soloist in a variety of different genres of music. Everybody has their specialties. This person can play really high. This person can play jazz changes. This person is a tremendous classical soloist. So it's really like Christmas. Every time I program music for this group, it's like, well, we can really play a lot of different things, and we get to play a lot of wonderful music. That was a very classical-oriented arrangement, Angels We Have Heard on High. The next piece is entitled Away in a Manger, about a little tiny baby born just over 2,000 years ago that radically changed the world. This was done by Jeff Anderson, who lives in Nashville. Jeff Anderson writes for a lot of different groups in Nashville, and he wrote this originally for a big band, so saxophone parts, the whole 9 yards. And I don't really know Jeff. I've bought some music from him over the years, and I just called him. I said, hey, Jeff, you don't know who I am, but would you mind sending me your finale files for Away in a Manger? And what that is, that's the actual computer parts that he used to arrange it. And he said, well, why do you want them? And I said, well, we're going to rearrange it for Naples Brass. And I sent him a video of the group. Within like 3 minutes, I had the arrangement in my inbox. And he was so happy, he was excited, and that's really just the wonderful thing about a lot of the musicians that we work with. They're just wonderful people. He was excited to hear it. We tweaked it a little bit, and we wrote it for our group. This is Jeff Anderson's Away in a Manger. It's going to feature Mr. Bob Kastner on trombone. Beautiful, wasn't it? Yes, we're very happy and just so blessed to have Bob Kastner in this ensemble. One more round of applause for Mr. Bob Kastner. You'll get a chance to meet some of the folks tonight. I've introduced a few folks already. Bob plays with the Naples Philharmonic and plays a lot of different things around town. He plays right here at Naples Church quite a bit as well. I think he's playing the next 2 weekends here. The Naples Brass is actually performing on Sunday morning for our traditional services at 8:15 and 11 o'clock this coming Sunday. And they're actually playing with the Neapolitan Community Choir. You can come back and see them again. It's a free concert on Sunday night at 7 o'clock. There's more information in your bulletin or your program about that. The next piece was done by one of the members of the band. Our trumpet section is made up of folks from all different parts of the country. They all have extreme talent on the trumpet, but some of them play bass, some of them play guitar. Well, one of them's quite the arranger as well. Dr. Ryan Chapman was born in Alabama, and he went to the University of Tennessee in Chattanooga to get his undergraduate degree. Then he went to the Auburn University to get a master's degree, and then went all the way down to Miami to get a PhD from the University of Miami. He landed up here teaching school here in Naples, Florida, and we're so blessed to have him. This next arrangement is entitled Let It Snow, and it has a little nod to Christmas time is here at the beginning and at the end. We hope you enjoy Ryan Chapman's arrangement of Let It Snow. Ryan has done arrangements for us 2 years in a row now. We're just very blessed to have him in the ensemble and to be able to do arrangements like that. This next piece is a solo for our euphonium soloist, Mr. Bob Powers. And Bob moved to Virginia. He lived in Naples for how many years, Bob? 13 years. Bob spent his career in the Army Band, and I know that if you've been to any of our concerts, you've seen Bob, you've heard me talk about Bob. Well, every year we do a solo with Bob, and this one has been arranged by a gentleman that he's known for a long time named Greg Fritz. Greg was the composition chair at the Berklee School of Music for 31 years. Has anybody heard of the Berklee School of Music? Not the easiest musical college to really get into. We just happen to have one person here on the stage that went to Berklee. Our guitarist that you just heard a few minutes ago, Mr. Jake Pardee, went to the Berklee School of Music. Well, Greg is a great guy and a great friend of Bob, and I got to meet Greg actually about a week or two ago. We've talked on the phone a few times, and we talked about this particular arrangement, doing a variations on the 12 Days of Christmas. So you have the 12 Days of Christmas. You're going to see Bob sidestep through all these different styles. There's jazz, there's Hofbrau time. You'll know exactly what that is when you see it. And he keeps getting interrupted by the 5 golden rings from the brass. So we did a recording session yesterday. We recorded this. Bob is doing his own CD, and we did this in another piece. We did 79 takes of it. So we know this piece pretty darn well. Here is Variations on the 12 Days of Christmas. We made the joke yesterday, like you come to the concert and you never thought you'd saw a bald guy playing euphonium and jazz all in one night, right? It's a trifecta. So buy your lotto tickets tonight because you heard it here. Bald, jazz, euphonium all in one night. We're so fortunate. We say that in jest because Bob is he's such an incredible player. He's one of the best euphonium players in the world. And we're so blessed that he makes the drive from Virginia to Naples to do these concerts. This next piece was originally written by David Foster. Now, David Foster has all over the music industry. He's written unbelievable charts for a variety of different groups. He's saved different bands that were having really trouble, and he revitalized all these different groups, and he's just an absolute megastar in the music industry. But you might not even know that because you don't see him a lot fronting a band. Well, this particular piece, Grown Up Christmas List, was one of his arrangements, and the person who really made it famous was Amy Grant. So we're going to invite Andrea back to sing Grown Up Christmas List.
Do you remember me? I sat upon your knee. I wrote to you with childhood fantasies. Well, I'm all grown up now and still need help somehow. I'm not a child, but my heart still can dream. So here's my lifelong wish, my grown-up Christmas list. Not for myself, everyone would have a friend, and right would always win, and love would never end. This is my grown-up Christmas list. As children, we believe the grandest sight to see was something lovely wrapped beneath our tree. But heaven only knows that packages and bows can never heal a hurting human soul. No more lives torn apart, that wars would never start, and time would heal all hearts, and everyone would have a friend, and right would always win, and love would never end. Oh, this is my grown-up Christmas list. What is this illusion called? The innocence of youth. Maybe only in our blind belief can we ever find the truth. No more lives torn apart, that wars would never start, and time would heal all hearts, and everyone would have a friend, and right would always win, and love would never end. Oh, this is my grown-up Christmas list. This is my only lifelong wish. This is my grown-up Christmas list.
What a beautiful arrangement of Silent Night, right? Another round of applause for Dr. Ryan Chapman. Just like a piece we had earlier, the words to that song were written earlier than the actual music was. In 1816, the words were written by a priest, and then in 1818, they were put to music in such a very simple melody, one of the most recognizable Christmas songs that we have in all of our music that we play during this time of year. Silent Night, a beautiful tune. During this next piece, we're going to take what we call a love offering. We pass the baskets, and every dollar that you put in goes towards the music program here at North Naples Church. It helps us to put on concerts like this, summer camps for hundreds and hundreds of kids around Collier County, and all the different wonderful things that we get to do for the Naples community. We do encourage you to be generous. This money all goes to a great cause and for us to spread the good word of Jesus here in Naples and to put on great concerts just like this. The next piece is going to be played by our fantastic organist, Helga Bartus. Helga, can you wave back there? Can you see her? There she is. Okay, now we're rivaling Steve Jobs and Bill Gates here. The technology is unbelievable between Helga and I. She has an iPad right in front of her. You can see it? That's how she sees me. So she's got the iPad, and she pinches the iPad, and she opens it up so she can see whether it's dark or whether it's light. Well, you know what's interesting? That iPad is tied to my phone. So about 15 minutes before the concert started, you probably didn't note it, I turned my phone off of Do Not Disturb. I was walking out here. Yeah, I got a phone call, and the iPad starts ringing right before the concert starts. So I thought, okay, I need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So we're going to pray that the phone doesn't go off during her solo. Helga is from Budapest, and she went to school over there at the university, and she moved to New York about 20 years ago, and then moved to Naples 6 years ago. We met shortly after she moved here, and she's a fantastic organist down in Marco Island at St. Mark's Church. We hope you enjoy Paul Fay's arrangement of Carol of the Bells. Helga, what a great arrangement of Carol the Bells. You know, I wore the Santa jacket last year, and I got more compliments on a dadgum Santa jacket than I've had in any piece of outfit I've ever worn in my entire life combined. So I got the sequins jacket this year. Do you like it? All right. The elephants and the lions and the tigers come in later. I've got my pistol and my whip. All right. The next piece is Gloria in Excelsis, and this is a wonderful piccolo trumpet solo that was originally done by Maurice Andre. Maurice Andre is arguably the greatest trumpet soloist of all time. It depends on who's talking in the room and what trumpet players you're talking to, but if he's not the best, he's one of the best. He did things on the piccolo trumpet that people could only imagine and dream of, and this is a fantastic version of that particular solo played by Dr. Randy Lee. Now, the last time we did this, I got it all wrong, so I'm going to get it all right today. Dr. Lee grew up in San Diego. He went to school for an undergraduate degree at BYU, got a master's degree at UCLA, then got his doctoral degree at Arizona State with Jens Lindemann, who's one of the greatest trumpet players on the planet. Okay, follow me here. You ready? Randy goes from Arizona to Hong Kong. And I heard the greatest story of all time about Randy playing trumpet in Hong Kong. You see that, well, we'll have to go into that later. But then he flies back and moves to Gainesville, the armpit of Florida. No offense to the University of Florida Gator fans. I went to the University of Florida State, so he moves to Florida State. We get to know each other. Just from random conversation, we started talk about Naples Brass. We started talking about forming this ensemble, and Skip Pardee, who you're going to meet later, he said, hey, there's this new trumpet professor at the University of Florida. We should really talk to him. So literally, we just picked up the phone and we called him and he said, yeah, I'll come down. Well, fast forward 7 years, he's made friends in our congregation. He comes down several times a year. Well, he lived in Gainesville for how many years? 5 years? 8 years? Okay, I got that wrong. Well, then he goes back to Utah. So now he commutes, not from Gainesville, he commutes from Utah to Naples. So we're so fortunate that he's here tonight with us. Here is Dr. Randy Lee. I'm going to tell you what, that's hard to do. One more round of applause for Dr. Randy Lee. You've had a chance to meet some of the different folks in this ensemble. You've met some of our low brass players. You've met a couple of trumpet players. So I want to take a moment to introduce a few more of the trumpet players on my left-hand side. So you met Dr. Ryan Chapman, and he is, of course, from Alabama, went through school, ended up at Miami, back over in Naples. And you met Dr. Randy Lee next to him. Well, next to him is Dr. Arthur Zanin. Arthur is from Brazil. And we make the joke that he made the move from Brazil to New Jersey. Because New Jersey is a great place to live in January and February. Then he moved down to Naples, and then he moved back to Tennessee. Go Volunteers, right? Go Vols. He is the trumpet professor at the University of Tennessee. How about another round of applause for Dr. Arthur Zanin? I've made the joke many times that I'm really not smart enough or talented enough or have enough college degrees to hang out with the trumpet section. Well, now it is officially true. You've met you don't have to laugh so quickly. You've met, of course, Dr. Ryan Chapman. You've met Dr. Randy Lee. You've met Dr. Arthur Zanin. Well, standing next to him is my good friend Skip Pardee. Skip is from Boston. You met his brother over here on guitar. Jake went to Berkeley. Skip grew up in Boston, moved down to Florida, met a girl, got married, has a master's degree from the University of Florida. Skip is the director of fine arts for Collier County Public Schools. He's a great friend. He plays here every single week at North Naples Church. 6 years ago, Skip started out on a journey to get his PhD, his doctoral degree, here at Florida Gulf Coast. And I can say today, as of right now, as of 1 hour ago, he defended his thesis, and this is the first time that we can introduce him as Dr. Skip Pardee. For those of you who have gone through the advanced degrees, we know how difficult it is, especially raising a family and working full-time. Skip, we're all very proud of you. This next piece requires audience participation. We have red jackets for all of you in the back. Jingle Bell Medley. Do you know the words to Jingle Bells? Okay, we've got some Frosty in there, and there is some Rudolph in there. This is a little New Orleans street beat, little Zydeco music. Andrea is going to lead you. The words are on the screen. We want you to sing with us. Here's our Jingle Bell Medley.
snowman was a jolly happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal. Frosty the snowman is a fairy tale children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. For when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Frosty the snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as he shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
All right, I heard you singing now. We've got choir tryouts next week. Speaking of, we've got the Naples Vocal 200 coming up. We expect to see a choir of 700. So what we're going to do, the plan is we're going to have the choir sit out here and the congregation's going to sit up here. In all seriousness, we've had a wonderful time here tonight with you, and we are so fortunate to have the support of North Naples Church in this community to make great music and do these concerts for the Naples community. We are excited to do them for you, and it's just a wonderful opportunity to play live music for a live audience. We talked a little bit earlier about the Naples 200, the Naples Vocal 200. We do have musicians in the house. We have vocalists that are sitting in the seats right now. We encourage you to come give it a try. There's no stress, there's no pressure. If you're not an instrumentalist, if you're not a vocalist, we encourage you to come to one of those church services and see those events. They're really fantastic. The Naples 200 instrumental version is December 22nd. We're going to have to rename it because I think it's going to be the Naples 300. There's 245 people already signed up to play in that ensemble. Well, I have a secret weapon. Donuts. Trackside Donuts is the old Dairy Queen up by the racetrack. Oh, see, they know. They know Trackside. Don't have to say anymore. Well, we have this deal with Trackside. We have a standing order for 50 dozen donuts on that particular Sunday. They just know that that's about what we're going to order, and I confirm it a few days before. So If you want a truckload of donuts and to see 250 people playing Christmas carols, this is arguably the only place in the world that you're going to be able to see that on December 22nd. We have a lot of wonderful things here at North Naples Church. I alluded earlier about our church services. We have 3 every Sunday. We have an 8:15 and 11 that is traditional. This coming week, all of Naples Brass will be here playing all the music this Sunday. We have a fantastic contemporary service at 9:30, led by Stephen Romanelli and a couple of guys on the stage playing that group every single week as well. We have a wonderful service on Saturday nights that's in our chapel. It's also traditional at 5 o'clock. We have a contemporary Christmas concert coming up on December the 18th. All of these things can be found on our church website. You can grab different pamphlets on the way out and see it as well. We have a special guest coming up on December the 18th. It's a contemporary concert. We've got guys from the Naples Philharmonic playing strings and brass instruments, a couple of these folks. Well, we have a special guest that's going to join us that night. We've got a live nativity. Joey, let's throw that picture up here. That is Ringo. Ringo's going to make a surprise entrance in the concert, so we hope you come and join us. You've been a fantastic audience tonight. We're going to take you to the final piece of the evening. Now, there was a cinematic marvel that happened on TV in 1960. It captivated the entire country. Kids, adults, glued to the TV screen, could not get away from it. Genius. Well, we just so happen to have archival video of the music and the theme song from that particular show. Joey, let's go ahead and play it.
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, they're the modern Stone Age family. From the town of Bedrock, they're a page right out of his story. Let's ride with the family down the street, through the courtesy of Fritz and Pete. When you're with the Flintstones, have a yabba dabba do time, a dabba do time, we'll have a gay old time.
Who's watched Flintstones at least once? Of course. Well, guess what? We have a special gift for you tonight. We have that song, but put to Christmas words, where we're going to have you join us as well. Jake Pardee, you met earlier on the guitar, is going to do some of the vocals for us. So he's going to demonstrate. So we want you to look at the words up here. They're going to put them on the front screens and sing along to that exact melody. All right, rhythm section, you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Merry, Merry Christmas and a happy holiday to you. If you've been good all year, maybe Santa Claus will visit you. Bright lights on the houses down the street, stockings full of all the Christmas treats. When you're with the big band and the yabba dabba Yuletide, a happy sleigh ride, a Merry Christmas time.
You got it? Here we go. Join us.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Merry, Merry Christmas and a happy holiday to you. If you've been good all year, maybe Santa Claus will visit you. Bright lights on the houses down the street, stockings full of all the Christmas treats. When you're with the big band and the yabba dabba Yuletide, a happy sleigh ride, a Merry Christmas time. full of all the Christmas trees. When you're with the big band and the yabba dabba Yuletide, a happy sleigh ride, a Merry Christmas time. A Merry Christmas time.